Hello, beautiful people. It's another brand new day, and I'm super excited that you tuned into my podcast for today. It gives me great joy, and I'm delighted. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for listening to my previous podcast when I talked about metamorphose. Yes, and I'm sure that you have made the decision to metamorphose, just like the butterfly. Like I made us to understand that the butterfly undergoes 4 stages of growth, which is from the egg stage to the caterpillar stage, from the caterpillar to the pupa, and from the pupa to the adult. And I made us to understand that as living things, we are wired to grow. That is, it's normal for us to grow. I made us to understand also that growth only stops at death. So when something dies, then we can say that thing has lost the ability to grow. But as long as we are living, as long as we are alive, we have the capacity to grow. And I trust that you have made that decisions, because decisions determine destinies. You should not, what you do with what you hear is far better than just hearing it. So applied knowledge is power. Knowledge is not just power, but applied knowledge. So make a deliberate decision to grow, to metamorphose. Wherever stage you find yourself, you can metamorphose, you can get better. Today's podcast will be taking a cue from what we discussed previously, and it's titled Growth Strategies. Growth strategy. What's a strategy? A strategy is a careful plan or method. A careful plan or method. That is to say, it is normal and it's very important that when we have goals, we should be able to have a plan that we want to have set in place to enable us accomplish that goal. Yes, there must be a plan. So we know to grow is to expand, to develop, to get better at what you do. So then a strategy is a careful plan. So then joining the two words together, a growth strategy is a plan of action that allows you to achieve a higher level. A plan of what? Action. So that means there must be a systematic plan that you really want to follow in order for you to accomplish what your intent is, which is to grow. Growth is not haphazard, no erratic. Growth is intentional. Very true. Just like we eat food on a normal basis in order for us to grow, and so that our body can replace one of tissues and the likes. So also, growing up must be deliberate. It must be intentional. We must tell ourselves this is what you really want, and you are willing to pay the price. An academic staff, as a teacher, understands that he or she needs a lesson plan in order for what? He needs a lesson plan in order for the objectives to be accomplished. So every teacher must have a lesson plan. So also each and every one of us, I know many of us, we really want to grow. Yes. How would you see a man who doesn't want to get better at what he does? Because as women, we are insatiable. Our needs and our wants can never be satisfied. So every one of us have that desire to grow. But the question is, what strategy do you have to grow? What plan are you willing to follow to ensure that you grow? One of my mentors, John C. Maxwell, was in a meeting with Kurt Campbell, and in the course of their conversation, Mr. Kurt asked him a very important question, which is, what is your plan for personal growth? And Mr. Mr. John C. Maxwell was just talking about the activities of his organizations and things that he is into, and we're just like giving him a list of activity that he engages in. And Mr. Scott looked at him in the eyes and told him, "You don't have a personal growth plan." And Mr. John C. Maxwell agreed to it because he was not being specific, because a plan is specific. So if you have a plan, then you must be specific about it. You must be specific about it. So each and every one of us needs a personal growth plan. Growth is intentional. So if we must grow, there must be certain things we need to stop doing and certain things we need to start doing in order for we to accomplish success and become better at what we do. Roy Bennett once said, "It's only after you have stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform." Many of us want to grow, but yes, we are not willing to pay the required price. We are not willing to take the necessary steps to, even though it means having a regimented life, but because of what we want to accomplish, then we are willing to take the necessary step. So I'll be sharing with us 5 growth strategies and things I think, and some of these ideas are from John Maxwell's book, which is titled "Make Today Count." Yes, some of them are from there, and I give kudos to that. Number 1, have a clear vision. Once you have decided to grow, yes, you have left the realm of wishful thinking, then you have now decided to grow, then you must ask yourself, what major or what stature do I want to grow into? So it means you must have a clear vision. What do you want your life to be about? Like we all know, vision is having a mental picture of your desired future, which means that if we must grow, then there must be a vision that we have crafted out for ourselves. So my question to each and everyone listening to me today is, what's your vision for life? What capacity? Maybe you desire to become a global brand. You desire to become so influential. You want to become wealthy. Then the question is, what's your vision? So vision is the number 1 thing, because it determines the size to which we grow. Because when there is no mental picture, it means there's nothing for us to what? There's nothing for us to give ourselves to in order for us to grow. So there must be a predetermined destination. Nobody goes on a journey without determining the destination is going. So that means the destination comes in mind before we start to take the process. So they must ask yourself, what is my vision for life? What stature do I want to grow to? What personality do I want to be? They must have a clear vision. Number 2, having gotten a clear vision for your life, then you must be committed to change. So many of us want to get better. We have great visions, but we do not have habits that enable us to accomplish that vision. So what I'm simply saying is, in order for us to get better and better at what we do, then we must be willing to stop some things we're doing and to start new things. We must be committed to change. Change is the only thing in life that is constant. You cannot wish to be a CEO and yet you don't read a book. CEOs, great CEOs, they read about 4 books a month because they are positioning themselves in order to accomplish their vision. That's to make us understand that we must be committed to change. Make a commitment. Tell yourself, even as I have this desire, then what are those things that I can do to enable me what? Accomplish success and grow to the size of my vision. Number 3, set growth goals. Growth goals. So when you want to grow, having gotten a clear vision, then number 2, you are committed to change, to do what it takes to accomplish your vision. Number 3 is to set those goals, growth goals. And what I mean is writing down your goals. Be willing to document your goals, because when you write your goals down, you partner with the universe in order to accomplish it. So I want to encourage us, those areas of your life that you really want to grow, set growth goals, and I will encourage us to grow in areas of our strength, because that's what will give us the major returns. So those things you know that you are naturally good at, align your goals in that area. It will make you outstanding in your chosen field of endeavor. So if you are a fashion designer, then you must be able to set goals relating to fashion. And if you are a business person, then you must be able to set goals relating to business. So stuff like that. Each and every one of us must begin to tailor our growth to our strength, to those things that we are naturally good at. Number 4, learn to enjoy the journey. Learn to enjoy the journey, because growth is not automatic. It takes a process, and no process is sweet. I can tell you that. I remember while I was still in school, when we wanted to write our final exams, we had sleepless nights. I had sleepless nights in order for me to study, because I know that if I failed, then that would be disastrous. So because of the goal of becoming successful in the exam, not having to have an extra year, it gave me the necessary boldness to do what I need to do in order for me to accomplish that. So what I'm simply saying is this: no process is sweet or smooth, but we must be willing to enjoy the journey. Tell yourself that you are in a process, and in no due time you will accomplish your goal. Number 5, put yourself in a growth environment. Certain species of fish will grow according to the size of their environment. Put them in a tiny aquarium and they remain small even at adulthood. Release them into a huge natural body of water and they grow to their intended size. People are similar. If they live in a harsh and limiting environment, they stay small. But put them someplace that encourages growth and they will expand to reach their potential. Environment is key. Not every soil can every seed thrive in. That's to say, for a seed to grow and develop, it must be kept in the right type of soil. That's what I mean environment. So since you have this mindset of growth and you want to really pursue growth, then ensure to always be in an environment that helps you. So with this I mean your relationships, the friends you keep. A wise man said a man will remain in the same spot for 5 years except for the book he reads and for the friends he keeps, which is to say, the kind of friends around you. Support yourself with people who have growth mindset just the same way you have, and not people who are just willing to just go through life. But surround yourself with people that are willing to take the necessary steps to enable you get better. So even though you are working in the firm, surround yourself with people who wants to get better. You are not just there just because of the paycheck at the end of the month, but you are there in order to get better, because certainly your reward after working will not just be